Let me see. How did this work again?
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes?
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little?
As long as Caretaker doesn't come up with something tells me you don't have a favorite movie. Well, we can start you out with one of my favorites. I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. I won't forget it. So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of, and not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
I had some questions about your old team.
The Runaways? Sure thing.
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out 2 very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert, she didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in LA. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
I had some questions about your staff.
Go for it.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productive. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
I remember many sleepless nights and blood-soaked days. Always on the hunt.
I'll give you that. But there were times back then I wouldn't trade for anything. With both you and...
Agatha. Where is Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... She's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
The loss could not have been easy for you.
Thank you for that, but it's not just my loss. It's all of ours. And what makes this loss even harder to accept is that it was completely avoidable. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Dr. Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Wanda's powers were so out of control they cost a life. Your decision may have saved lives, if not the entire Abbey.
I like to believe that, especially given her current situation. Wanda, Agatha, it seems we have lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Agatha!
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
Oh, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Bloodgate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen? Ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
That is something. Is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor. Sarah, Caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear. As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the Giver of Justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
You were too weak for this fight. I am impressed. Your mother abandons you. feel my call.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
Oh, that was something. Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
हेलो हेलो। अरे काय टट्टी गिरी है भाई। थैंक यू साईराज जी बताने के लिए, साउंड नहीं है करके। आई गेस अभी आता रहेगा, अभी तो आना ही चाहिए वैसे तो। पर एकदम टट्टी आ रहा है क्या? हेलो हेलो, ऑडियो इनपुट में हाँ फिल्टर तो है, ठीक है। बाय। किधर जा रही है? अब भी आए और अब भी जा रहे लगे। याला मेरा माइक अभी आवाज आया। Sorry guys, there was no sound. अभी आ रहा है। थैंक यू सो मच सायराज बताने के लिए, चिंदी इंसान। It is something called moon seal. Journal page.
This looks like
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, a blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods
कि सारा और
themselves.
मैं ही आ सकते, सारा जो कि मेरी
And
माँ
if you call
दिखाई है।
upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
मेरे को किसी से भीख मांगना है ताकि मैं आगे कुछ कर सकूं। कुछ छूट रहा तो नहीं है ना? Open the gate. Words of power are magical incantation. The hunter can use the abbey grounds to use a word of power. Hold space.
She believes in our purpose.
Who's she? Who's she? She who? Leave the cage. बस हो गया।
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it.
किसके ऊपर आइज
It's
लेडी?
hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to
ये
the
क्या
forces
है?
of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent
वो
here.
क्या है? वो लाइट किस चेहरा?
And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries.
कुछ नहीं, ये जगह की तारीफ कर रही है और क्या है भाई?
And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night?
100% आने में जब
Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now.
I'm
I'm
afraid.
afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
Good night, old lady. उधर ही सो गया क्या हंटर? अरे साला नहीं, इधर अंदर आया था भाई। मेरे को लगा इसको अंदर भी मैं ही लेके आने का। रूम अपडेट करने के पैसे नहीं है। न्यू गामा कॉइल एनालाइज, न्यू पोस्ट एडेड बाय। That's the third news this week about a breached whale that exploit.
That is something.
Painted by Sally Owens, oil on गया, Agatha and Sarah Whithound. Okay. कुत्ता कितने साल से है भाई इन लोग के पास? देखिए भैंड की आँखें, ये कुछ है रे भाई. डर. नहीं.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
Hey, Charlie Warley puppy face.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
What's up, Hunter?
इधर जा ही नहीं सकता लगता, उधर मिशन आया तो. कोई पागल वागल है क्या?
Goddess must be busy.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes.
The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to.
Iron Man.
Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Fascinating.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever's in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts.
Mystical
I have
arts.
no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find
Guys,
in there
whoever
and
is
have it
watching the
work in our
stream,
favor.
please hit the like button. We
I
are
just
very
wonder
close
what
to
it could
5
be.
likes. Only 2 likes are remaining. I want you to.
Do you think this will be enough to give us an edge?
I hope so. Whatever it is, it's quite powerful. I'm relying on my instincts here, but truly that's all I have to rely on until I can find a way to access the Sanctum's archives again.
That seems a bit risky.
Right now, with the Sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
बराबर
I
बात
look
तो बराबर
forward
है.
to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and
and
study
what?
what's inside. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite. Oh, and I was just about to binge watch my stories. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger.
Eternity
This
Dagger.
was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have
He's
no
made
idea
Harry,
what they
he's cute.
possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. the cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the sanctum's front door. This is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. It's not entirely worthless, just not especially valuable either.
Research level है supernatural waving magic and science is fine in theory, but in practice, well, supernatural fabrication, war games. Carol says we need to. As a master of 13-day martial arts and counting, Blade could teach the Midnight Suns a basic technique for knocking enemies back in combat, but even the greatest teachers need the right tool. A self-learning AI workstation running endless combat situation might help make better use of this coil stuff. However, if we work together, Tony and I might be able to fabricate some pretty powerful items to help you in combat. ये वाला AI वाला करने का है. ये कर लेता है फिलहाल. Done. Research is in now progress.
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going? Take a look.
ये कोई गामा कोई मिला.
Take your pick, Hunter. Big Tony's Forge of Mystery. We never close. Tony is working.
अबे इसको सच्ची में एक दिन लगता है क्या? इसकी भैंड की यहाँ.
Later.
Damage an enemy or restore. हो गया चलो.
Hey Hunter, got a sec to spare?
इसको क्या बात करने गया भाई?
You've been here more in the past few days than I have since ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another, just a few days. 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian sofa.
It would be my honor to spar with the spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blake to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
अबे ये इसके जैसा दिखता है क्या? Ghost Rider आ रहा है भाई, Ghost
What is
Rider.
this?
Sparky नाम दिया साले ने.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training with Ghost Rider. Ready for more? Like playing with fire, huh?
Maybe you should be the spirit.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
अरे किधर है भाई? किधर फाइट ही नहीं हुआ हम लोग के बीच में यार.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya,
Captain.
Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his
Boring
gremlin
तो रहा
problem,
है. Yes,
I've been
boring
able to
तो
put
है, पर
Central to
कट
good
सीन
use.
अच्छे है इसके.
Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city.
कट
But we
सीन
need to
अच्छे.
move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There's no passage to New York, or anywhere for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Do not worry, Captain. I will locate and alert her of the team's needs.
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of humanity
Hey, Chandra,
attitude I
kitna
was hoping to
padpadi
see
hai?
today. Still, you better hurry. Not sure how long Hydra will remain in their current position.
बड़े
I shall
कम.
make haste.
Yes, you hasten as much as you can, Hunter.
इधर जाने क्या? इसको ढूंढूंगा.
If you come to ask me where magic is, the answer is I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Nico, do you know where Magic is? We need her.
Let me guess. To open another portal? She's getting a little tired of being the only person here who
Can't
can
say
do
I
that.
blame her.
Can't say I blame her.
मैजिक वही
This
बंदी है
is
जिसका आज
serious,
मैंने
Nico.
थंबनेल लगाया.
Where is she?
Not sure, but I know she's been looking for Wanda's grimoire, so maybe check in Wanda's room?
Thanks for your help.
किधर है बैरक्स? ये देख इधर
This
सिगरेट
room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda.
बॉन्दा
Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
It is never easy to lose a comrade. I know this too well.
We did not lose Wanda. We let her go. Before any of this started. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
No good ever comes from a book like that. Trust me.
Funny. You sound like Wanda. She was also afraid of her power. I can almost hear her scolding me for invading her privacy. But I've done far worse than to rummage through someone else's things.
far worse.
Far worse. And so have you. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black.
Scorched black.
Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a
dark thing of
smoke
some
and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
We will find her.
I can feel it.
I can feel it.
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers? Do not try to fool me with your false empathy, Hunter. I know Caretaker will never waste resources looking for her.
Ileana, just open the portal.
You are like an Avenger. All you do is take.
You
You
expect
expect
too
too
much.
Okay. I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. Ugh, no matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye.
Love you.
Yes?
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
सिर्फ दो ही जन तीन जन को लेके जा रहे तीन गोस्ट राइडर आ रहा है अपने साथ गाइस
I did the math. It would actually be...
What is stopping you?
Shockwave will shatter.
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signature...
Dr. Banner. It means हल्क मेरे को आगे जाके देखना है डेडपूल को देखना है हल्क को देखना है वेनम तो देख लिया मैंने और कौन है इसमें वुल्वरीन है भाई वुल्वरीन
Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
Watch that one!
KO.
That.
Time.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Is that all?
Nice.
That's the best you've got.
You can create a drop with an increased chance to KO enemies for 2 return. किसको देगा हील? चल तेरी बहन की वैलो खेल तो थाम थोड़ा जरा ये संपू दे जरा थोड़े से संपू दे रे
Smooth sailing so far.
You will feel this pain soon enough.
That's still not gonna be enough.
I've been waiting for this.
We're
going to pay for that.
On Alpha, reinforcing. You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. And I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
The light will carry you onward.
A true.
बच गया रे फिर भी If target is an object.
Hold the light's gift.
खुद को ही बचा है मैंने अभी देखते
How invigorating.
लेवल अप हो गया है मेरा बच गया अरे इसकी बैंड की ओए बोलना आवाज नहीं देखा हेलो आवाज येतो है ना येतो थांब जरा थोडा वेळ यो इसको मेरे को मारा अरे इसकी बहन की आग इसको ही क्यों मार रहे थे भाई 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 खत्म इसको यस आता हूँ
Win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
हाँ हम जरा एक कंप्लीट करतो रे जरा
Even for Hydra. You're lucky to still be breathing.
You've had this.
Strength from beyond this world.
कर नहीं सकता अभी मैं भाई
बच गया
You're mine.
अरे KO यार इसकी बहन की चूत काउंटर
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
You have been judged.
एक बंदे को वापस लाया मैंने
Time for some payback.
हट साला कर ही नहीं सकता
Real intimidating.
जीरो मूव
They got
बचे
away.
Do not worry, heroes. You will still witness the results of my work firsthand.
अरे ये चले गए इसकी बहन की आगे इनको मारना था
Hail Hydra!
अरे बहन चो
One more time.
तू साथ कम
Whoever gets the job done. Judgment comes. That'll work. Never surrender!
इसका तो शील्ड है
All right.
शील्ड
You're
गया टूट
starting to
गया
piss me off.
अरे मेरे को भी मार रहे
Engage the target! Hardly a scratch.
अब मेरे को पहले खुद को हील करना पड़ेगा
More of them are joining the fight.
तुम्हारे माँ की आग सबके
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Now open more than your eyes.
Such ferocity ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Movement here!
Don't blink!
That is one way of making your presence known. Walk in the light.
Level
Just
up
like
हुआ
old times.
44
Serve until the end.
मार रहा है के हो जाएगा वल्नरेबल बच गया नहीं मरा नहीं नशीब
As long as I get to hit you back.
Their persistence is irritating.
Support units on the move.
You know what to do.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
अरे ये तो कर लूंगा रे ये मेरे को ना कुछ समझ ही नहीं आ रहा तेरह 11 हो गए
Not bad.
Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
चले जाएगा अभी फोर्टीन 7
Luckily, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Going to get you for this.
एक कम हुआ
Your death won't be in vain.
ओवरलोडेड
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
कैसा गेम है रे भाई
Contact! I've got contact here!
खत्म हो जाएगा इसके बाद
They got away.
Do not worry, heroes.
ये कुछ समझ
You will
नहीं आ
still
रहा
witness the results of my work firsthand. On the field of
स्टॉप हाई एकदम चुतिया गेम आहे समजतच नाही काय करू
मला माऊस कुठे ठेवतोय का ठेवतोय ते पण नाही कळत अटॅक करायचं कसं आहे नक्की त्यात
काय माहिती लंड एकदम लंड गेम कार्ड्सवर अरे ह्याला थांबवायचं आता तर असं
Lilith has sent you here to die. I hope you are prepared.
कितीचा आहे गेम माहिती आहे का 3399
मार्वलच्या नावावर पैसे येतो की काय
आता काय चुतिया गेम भाई
I serve until the end. Your penance grows.
या लॉयर लोकांना रात्री झोप कशी येत असेल
का
डिपेंड करतायत
No retreat.
त्यांचा आवाज जास्त आहे काय काय
ते रेप केसला डिफेंड करतायत त्यांना रात्री झोप कशी येत असेल लॉयर
पब्लिक तर घाणच मारत असेल
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The gamma disruptor you so narrowly escaped within our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. I will open more than your eyes.
Such a ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Whatever gets the job done.
The light will heal you. I feel stronger already.
You asked for it.
What sort of being are you?
किती चुतिया गेम आहे
Serve until the end.
मला तर काय कळत नाही ते काय करतोय
Soon enough.
अरे ते हेलिकॉप्टर थांबवायचा
तिथे पण माऊस नेतोय ते लालच होतंय मग खेळायचं कुठे
कुठे लाल अच्छा हा ते हा ते थोडं वेगळं
Going to get you for this.
Support units on the move.
अजून रीइन्फोर्समेंट आले ह्यांच्या आईचा बसवला ह्यांच्या
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that, please.
With pleasure.
तुझ्याने किती 20 फरक पडतोय ने किती फरक पडतोय ने काय घाटा फरक ने किती पडतोय 24
It's about time.
Leave some for the rest of us.
अरे भेणीचो तुझ्या आईची गाण स्टॉप हायड्रा हेलिकॉप्टर झाला बाबा भेणीचो एकदा मिशन
That should keep them grounded. Now let's get everything back to the Abbey for analysis.
Such arrogance.
हाँ?
Our brains
अच्छा माझे
will
म्हणजे ते
never allow you.
माझे 2 टर्न
Shut up
बाकी आहेत
already. Take them down.
ये बाइनरी का है
Not a problem.
बेंचो दादा ह्यांच्या सगळ्यांना मारायचं आहे ह्यांना सगळ्यांना ह्यांच्या आईची गांड ह्यांच्या अरे आई जावली बेंचो गोस्ट राइडर का मिला
Don't worry, I can take it.
धावा मला धावा चाय चिकट चाय बाकी है
Really want to get on my bad side.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
Hail that! Your face is sealed. Weak, even for Hydra.
इच्छी गांड बेंचो काइट नहीं कर रही
Let's do it.
चूतिया पाय भाई हा गेम काय कळतच नाही
मला झोप यायला लागली एवढे संपव
संपता संपत नाही तो इच्छी गांड बेंचो केओ आता मी मेलो
Our friend could use a hand.
Don't waste the opportunity.
For years, I was considered a crazed zealot in the Hydra cabal, obsessed with the old ways. But then we detected the convergence of the midnight sun.
Tell me. Actually, please do not. Just what I needed.
अरे चूतिया हा पण मेला
Those powers, I would have guessed you were aligned with Lilith.
P7
Watch this. I could have made that so much worse.
My work is never done.
हाँ 3 जण बाकी आहे 3v3 सगळ्यात हेल्थ कमी कोणाची
4v3
3v3 रिवाइव केला ना 1 2 आणि 3 बाकी आहे. हा मादरच्या 60 वर आहे हा 30 वर आहे. जाऊ दे बघू माझ्याकडे शिल्ड आहे आता सध्या. आई जावाडा डायरेक्ट 21 लो 7 लो. ठीक आहे 16 लो काय नाही. No issue.
Already begun to fall.
हे काय वल्नरेबल तर काय नाही होणार आहे. अरे आई सावली. KO direct.
Not bad.
काय आहे कुठे भेंडशो की काय आहे. हा अटॅक माहितीच नाही मला तुला काय. डैमेज एन एनिमी और रिस्टोर 38%. हेल राइडर का ये मादर चोट. एक भी कार्ड वापर नहीं सकते. बैंड चुदागा.
I'm afraid you might not make it back from this one. Keep your eyes open.
थोड़ा लंबा है बेड़े चोत.
Move back.
छवाड़े लोग दोनों मेरे को मार.
The spirit grows weak.
I'm hurt bad.
I will see all that you have done.
I don't have magic healing.
Your suffering begins.
Hello?
Well, that guy wins coolest
बघितलं
hero
का?
persona.
3v1.
Well done.
नाही 3v1
Looks like
तर
that's
ठीक
the last
आहे.
of them.
हा आत्ताचा लास्ट सीन बघ गोस्ट रायडरचा.
There are more heads to the
Badir
Hydra
Roshi.
than you will ever comprehend,
Ah.
heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
कट सीन
Well, at
काढा
least we don't have to
घेतोय.
listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory.
कट सीन बाप आहेत रे.
Well done. If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it.
कोई तो देख रहा था आपने. Heroes knocked out 2 -20. मेरी तेरी बहन. Yeah. व्हॅलो खेळणार आहे का?
हा त्यासाठीच तर वाट बघत होतो तुझी.
मी फक्त एक बघू दे. ऑटो सेव 19 अगस्त. हाँ ठीक है, हो गए. ये ले. चलो गाइस, अभी के लिए मिलता हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच आने के लिए. बाय बाय, लव यू ऑल. मिलते हैं. ये गेम कंटिन्यू होगा पर टेंशन मतलब कितना भी टट्टी गेम हो अपन कर लेंगे पूरा एक. ठीक है, अभी के लिए मिलता हूँ. बाय, लव यू, गुड नाइट.